Well, Nathan Cohn standing by in the news studio. I got to say, Nathan, I stayed up way too late celebrating an Iowa State win. I stayed up till at least 9:15, 9:20.
I'm pretty sure I was celebrating in my sleep because I knocked my phone off the charger. So it was a mad dash in here. But yeah, it was a heck of a game.
Well worth it.
For the record, I was in here at like 6:02, so I was ready to roll.
Yeah.
But beside the point.
Hey, you're here. You're ready to roll with the news.
I would. He'll be mortified that I mentioned this, but our county engineer, Zach Anderson, is famous because I saw him on TV last night.
Did you?
He got to see the game. So if you happen to bump into him today, ask him how cool that atmosphere was, because I bet you Hilton was absolutely magic last night.
And we're going to call him out if he's late for work this morning.
Yeah, I'll call myself out. It's pretty rare for me to do that. So
absolutely it is.
I'm not perfect.
Well,
but either way.
What's happening in news? Let's get an update.
Let's get straight into it. The Carroll City Council did table a proposed new ordinance during their meeting Monday that would have required owners of vacant properties in the community to register them with the city. City Manager Aaron Koiker says this program was developed as part of an overarching effort to spur residential construction and development.
In an effort to establish new and available housing, the city staff has researched ordinances that require vacant properties to be registered within the city. Essentially, this penalizes property owners that allow properties to sit vacant for an excessive time and enhances our abilities under 657A to claw back those properties. This code allows property owners to rehab or sell without penalty. It's a fairly common ordinance throughout the state, so we would like the city to look at the first reading on this and move forward with it.
The ordinance targets properties disconnected from utilities and that are unoccupied for several years, or empty lots that are not adequately maintained. It would also apply to properties that have remained on the market for over 12 months. The proposed registration fee is 1% of the total assessed value, with an additional $3,000 fee for uninsured or underinsured properties. Koiker says the ordinance is not intended to target well-maintained structures or lots.
Most cities have had their water meters pulled or haven't had city utilities for a number of years. We could probably check with electric to make sure they don't have, that's kind of what we'll base it on, is how long haven't they had water city services to really put that into place.
Several council members expressed concern that the public could view this ordinance as an overreach by the city government. Ward 2 Councilman Jason Atherton says it is unfair to punish somebody for a kept-up property that they are not interested in selling.
I would rather have the individual owner motivated to do something with the property than government stepping in. Here I am, big government, I'm coming in to change something. So,
Ward 3 Councilman Cal Bauer says it's important to understand their intended goal, which is to generate housing construction and address longstanding nuisance properties.
I think we need to make it clear to the public, this isn't about taking somebody's land. It's about cleaning this junky property up next to my house or your house. It's not fair to the neighbor or that neighborhood.
City Attorney Dave Brunner says the ordinance will not directly lead to the city taking property from private owners.
A very large part of the ordinance is to identify these properties. We can take action if it's a vacant property. We can take other legal action to acquire ownership of those properties. So I don't see this ordinance as being an enforcing, title-grabbing ordinance for these properties. I see it as a registration.
A stepping stone.
You guys can get your hands around these numbers, whether it's 15 or 20 or 12, whatever it is, and then you can make some decisions on what you want to do.
Due to a lack of consensus on how to proceed, the council opted to table the ordinance for now and return it to a future meeting. Under the initial wording, all properties, be it residential, commercial, or vacant lots, would fall under the ordinance. Moving forward, the council intends to separate the properties by usage to avoid confusion. And Manning Regional Healthcare Center recently welcomed Amy Osbar as its newest occupational therapist. Osbar brings over 2 decades of experience catering to patients across diverse ages, ranging from 3 months to 105 years old, underscoring her commitment to individualized care. She is certified in various specialized therapies, and Osbar's experience spans neurological rehabilitation for conditions like strokes and multiple sclerosis, orthopedics, handling joint replacements and fractures, as well as specialized treatments for blood flow restrictions, vestibular rehabilitation, and others. Her skills extend to conducting workstation assessments and aiding children with developmental milestones, struggling with autism and other conditions. Osbar emphasizes her gratitude for joining the MRHC team, and she previously served at Methodist Hospital, Glenwood Resource Center, as well as various nursing homes across Southwest Iowa. You can contact 712-655-8100 to book an occupational therapy appointment at MRHC. That is going to wrap up your KCIM 8 o'clock news. I'm Nathan Cohns reporting.
All right. Thanks, Nathan, for that news update. Once again, you can get your local news available anytime you want it, along with all the rest of the news, nationwide, Iowa news, entertainment news, sports news, you name it. You get it all on the website, 1380kcim.com. You know what else you get? You get postponements and cancellations. Everything we have is on there right now. All the schools around the area are running 2 hours late this morning. We'll update the weather forecast. We got plenty more snow on the way before the end of the work week. The details on that coming up in just moments.